morning wanderers, welcome back to the channel. So today I have a surprise for the Bearded Wonder. We had a special delivery. You want to guess what it is?
You already showed me what it is.
So we obtained some grade A raw cow milk from a local farm in Yanis, Texas, and it is called Southspoon Farms. And you can find them on Facebook and their website, and we'll put that in the description below. So today we're going to taste the raw milk, compare it to the store-bought milk, and then we're going to make yogurt and sour cream. Okay? You know what? Look at the color difference.
Yeah, I see there's color. It's kind of, I don't know, darker.
Yeah. Okay, you want to taste the store-bought first and finish with the fresh?
Yeah, it is.
So I'm going to preface this by saying I grew up with my grandmother milking a cow and drinking that. And so because of that, I never really liked store-bought milk. And so now I'm excited to get to try this. Ugh.
That's pretty good.
You like it?
I like it.
It's so good.
That's what you remember milk
That's
tasting
what
like?
I remember milk tasting like. Oh my goodness,
It's been a long
so
time
good.
since I've had fresh milk. My granddad was a dairyman, but I was like really small when. It is good.
Like this has like, I guess it's a chemical taste to it. I don't know. It just tastes weird.
I'm a milk drinker. I love milk, but the fresh is definitely better.
Okay, so first we're gonna start the yogurt,
Okay.
and then we'll start the sour cream.
Sounds great.
All right, so we're gonna do 8 cups of milk.
And it does have measurements on the side of the bowl. She's not just eyeballing it, even though she can.
All right, so this is gonna go in the Instapot, and we're gonna put it on yogurt setting, and then set it to boil.
Okay.
So I put the lid on. I'm gonna press the yogurt setting, and then we're gonna press one more time, and that's gonna put it on the boil setting. When it finishes this cycle, we'll take the lid off and check the temperature.
Cool.
Now we're gonna do the sour cream. I preheated my oven to 200, and now I'm gonna turn it off, but make sure the light is on.
Okay.
For sour cream, I have a pint of heavy cream. And then I have a mother culture, just plain yogurt. It's got live active culture in it.
Cool.
And we're going to drop that in there. I'll get it off the spoon. There we go. Put the lid on it. And then we're going to wrap it in a towel. Like this. And then we're going to set it in the oven. And close the door. And leave it shut for 12 hours. So the other thing I got for us to taste from Southspoon Dairy is raw cow milk yogurt. And they had Zesty Bee, strawberry, and blueberry. And I chose the Zesty Bee. The raw cow milk yogurt has raw milk, maple syrup, pure cane sugar, lemon extract, raw honey, and then the culture.
Why do I get the smaller spoon?
I'm trying.
Go. That's pretty good. I like that.
I like that a lot. We'll be back in just a few minutes to finish with the yogurt, or for the next blah 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 blah. We'll be back in a few minutes for the next step of the yogurt. We're waiting for it to boil. We'll check the temperature, and then we will cool the milk down in the next step. The boil setting just ended, and so we're going to open it and check the temperature.
Awesome.
And we're there.
Awesome.
All right, so now we take this out. So for the next step, we're going to cool the milk down that we just brought to a boil. What that does is it pasteurizes the milk to kill any bad bacteria that might be in it, so that we can culture it with the good bacteria that we're going to put in it. So I have a large bowl with ice cold water. You can just set it out on the counter and just let it naturally cool, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to speed it up with the ice bath.
You can do that.
I'm going to stir this to keep it moving, and it helps with the cooling process. Needs to be between 110 and 112. We're at 160.
That's too hot.
That's too hot. If your milk is too hot, it'll kill the good bacteria that you put in. We're at 140. It's almost there. We're at 115. I think we're there. All right, now we're ready for our next step. We're going to use our mother culture again that we used for the sour cream. The first thing we have to do is ladle out about a cup of the milk that we have pasteurized and cooled. Don't waste any of that good milk. And then we're going to take our culture, and we're going to get a good heaping tablespoon and put it in our milk. And we're going to stir this until it's combined. Now we're going to pour the yogurt and milk mixture into the big container. Give it another stir. We're going to put this back in the Instapot, set it on the yogurt setting for 12 hours. Yogurt setting, boil one more time. And it's ready to go. Welcome back. It's been about 12 hours and we're going to pull the sour cream out and see how it turned out. It's still warm in there.
Still warm?
It's still warm. I'm impressed. Now, if this is not quite ready, we can leave it 12 more hours.
Interesting.
So it's still a little loose, but when you put it in the refrigerator cool, it'll thicken up. But it definitely has that hint of sour cream.
Yes.
So what I've decided to do, since the sour cream is not quite as sour or tart as I would like for it to be, I'm going to put it back in the oven at for another 12 hours, and we'll recheck it in the morning. It has that sour cream flavor. It's just not quite as sour or as tart as I would like for it to be. Our oven has reached the 200-degree temperature. We're going to turn it off and make sure the light is on. Jar is wrapped in the towel. Back in the oven it goes. And we'll check this tomorrow. Our yogurt has finished processing in the Instapot, so we're going to open it up and see what it looks like. And this is plain unsweetened yogurt. Wow. That's good.
Well, where's my spoon? Here's my sample. That is not what I expected. That's going to be awesome.
Do you like the consistency of it, or do you want it thicker?
I think I'm so used to having it thicker because I've always eaten yogurt from the store.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like the stuff we sampled earlier from the farm, it wasn't as thick, but I liked it. Which obviously you don't have anything to add to this right now, but.
So to make it thicker,
I don't know.
we can put it on a cheesecloth in the refrigerator overnight, and we'll lose some of that, the clear liquid that you see in there, and it'll make it thicker like a Greek yogurt.
Let's go for it.
Okay. Do you want to try it with some sweetener before we do that?
Yeah.
Okay. To sweeten this, you can use any kind of sweetener. You can use honey, agave, jelly, fruit, granola, pretty much anything you like to sweeten it and eat with it. So tonight we're going to try have some light agave and some honey. Which one you want to try?
Both, please.
We'll do, how about we do honey in one and agave in the other?
That's what I should do. How much would you put in there? Just a little bit? Or?
You probably just add a little bit at a time and then taste it, and if it's...
Just get it right up to that, sweet level instead of going just crazy.
Yeah, you don't want to go crazy with it because you want to still be able to taste the yogurt. And the point of making your own yogurt is to kind of keep it healthy. Alright, that one's the honey, and this one's the agave.
You stir it this way. Stir it, that's what we do?
Yeah.
So many samplings. Alright, ready?
Which one we're trying first?
Do the honey first. That changes everything.
I like that.
We're the only ones eating this, so might as well do it. I mean, throw me some granola on that. That's fantastic. I don't know why we're worried about spoons. We're the only one eating this.
Well, earlier we were dipping out of the main thing.
I know. I've never actually had the agave, so.
I like that better.
I actually think I like that better too. That is really good. I am like beyond shocked. You get your own. Put it on my shirt. I mean, they're both really good, but that agave is something.
I like the agave better.
I really do too. That's amazing.
Okay, I have a fine mesh strainer, some cheesecloth, and then I'm going to set this down in here. I'm going to carefully pour our yogurt. We're going to put this in the refrigerator overnight and let it drain and thicken up.
Awesome. And then we're going to eat it.
Yes. That's what we're having for breakfast in the morning.
Nice.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Our yogurt has been in the refrigerator overnight and it's thickened up, so we're going to give it a taste. It thickened up a lot. I'm going to go with the agave. You want to go there or you want honey?
I'll go.
Let's taste it first.
Double tiny too today. That's good.
That's really good. We added yogurt to the cups and then put agave in this one and honey in this one. I'm going to taste it this morning.
You ready? That's honey. This is agave. Let me do the second one you're doing first.
It's better today with the honey.
Agave is still really good.
It's still my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still my favorite.
That's really good. I'd eat either one. It's fantastic.
Okay, let's get this in the containers.
You put that in the container, I'll eat this over here.
Okay. Part of our plan for our homestead is to become a little more self-sufficient and eat healthier. A lot of the foods that we consume as a population have a lot of chemicals and preservatives and additives to keep them shelf stable. And so we would like to try to get away from some of that and in the food that we consume. And so this is one way we can do that. That looks like sour cream.
It does look like sour cream.
I wanted to show you the end product of our sour cream that we made. Here's the jar. this concludes our adventure with raw milk today. So wanted to remind you that our raw milk for the sour cream came from Southspoon Farms. They're local to us in Yanis, Texas. We'll put the link to their website, Facebook, and Instagram in the description. The heavy cream that I used for the sour cream came from the grocery store. I did find later a recipe for sour cream with raw milk, and we'll probably try that next time. I wanted to give Becky at Acre Homestead credit for the sour cream recipe with the heavy cream and the Greek yogurt. It is phenomenal, and I'm excited to continue with this recipe. If you like this video, subscribe so that you won't miss any of our future videos. Give us a thumbs up, and the best way you can support us is to share this with your friends and family. Thanks for coming along with us on Everyday Wonder Homestead, and we look forward to seeing you again next time.
Awesome.